Hey, you want to explain what you're doing, bro? Want to explain what you're doing?
What do you mean? I'm sorry.
Well, do you want to have a conversation?
I'm good. I'm just gonna leave.
Oh.
On kick and somebody claimed that they were 15. They didn't look 15 to me. And I drove to this gas station.
Due to the graphic nature of this video, viewer discretion is advised. Everyone seen in this video is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Do not attempt to contact, harass, bully, or threaten anyone in this video. This video is to raise awareness of the dangers of online predators. Parents, stay vigilant and be aware of what your children are doing online. Do not try this at home. The PCI teams in the state of Missouri. We had just caught a man that was a janitor at a middle school. He was arrested, taken down to the police station, and charged. So my team had the rest of the day to do some more decoying. The night before, 2 of our decoys were contacted by a profile called Nature Turtle. And then the next day, a 3rd decoy was contacted by the same account. This account was ran by a man named Austin, who goes by Rim. So Austin, Rim, has talked to 3 of our decoys. So I'm going to go through all 3 of the chat logs. Very short chat logs. He didn't talk very long with either of them, but he did talk long enough to get inappropriate. So let's start off with the first one. So the first decoy he messaged, the decoy put out a whisper saying that they're bored in Missouri, and he says, I can make it fun. She says, yeah. He says, do you have big tits? She says, dang, dude. Puts a hot tongue out emoji, heart emoji. He asks, can I see you? She says, pic of you. He sends a picture of himself. She asks, how old are you? He says, 27. She says, I'm 13, and sends a pic. He says, cute. So after she says she's 13 years old, he doesn't say, no, you're too young, we shouldn't talk. He doesn't say any of that. In fact, she says, so you don't mind that I'm 13? He says, nope. He says his name is Rim. And then he says, I would love to squeeze your to a 13-year-old girl. Later she says, so what's up? He says, being. And that's pretty much it for the first decoy. Didn't talk much. He stopped talking to this one because he was busy talking to another one. The next decoy actually says her age in the whisper post. She says 14. So he messaged this girl and says, where you need to go? She says, I don't know, I'm just bored. He says, I'd love to drive you around. Where are you from? He says, Berkeley, can I see you too? So at this point, he already knows that she's 14 years old. It says it in the whisper. He sends a picture of himself. He asks for a picture. She says, got another pic. He sends another picture. She asks how old he is. He says 27. He asks for another picture, keeps asking for a picture. She sends a picture. He says, damn, you're hot. She says, you know I'm 14, right? He says, yes, I love your lips. They're very kissable. She says, you think so? Then she says, what you doing? He says, wanting you. She says, what you mean? He says, I'd love to squeeze your I mean, you're gonna see that this guy has a fascination with. He says, how big are they? She says, I don't know. Why? He says, I'd love to see them. She says, how? He says, pic. She says, you want me to send a pic of what? He says, your. And that pretty much concludes the chat logs of that one too. Very short, very short. To the point though, he's being inappropriate. He believes these two girls are 13 and 14. And then he asked one for a picture of her. So now let's get into the chat logs of the girl that he actually showed up to meet. So he replies to one of her whispers, says, yes. She says, yeah, question mark. He says, would love to. She says, cool, text. He says, can I see a pic of you? She says, yeah, you too. And he sends a pic, the same picture he sent the other one. She sends a pic. He says, cute. He says, I'm 27. She says, thanks, I'm 15. 16 in a couple months. He says, oh, cool. So then he gives her his number and they start texting. She says, hey, is this Rim? He says, yup. Then she eventually says, well, what do you want to do? He says, I mean, I'd love to squeeze your I feel like he just has that copied and pasted. He just copies and pastes that and sends that to every single girl. She says, dang, that all you want to do? He says, I mean, she says, what? He says, I bet you look hot on your knees. Drool on my. She says, dang, you're crazy. She says, that all? He says, I'd love a lot more. She says, like what? He says, you'd be a lot of fun to fuck hard. She says, dang, for real? He says, very. She says, dang, how are we gonna do that? He says, I can easily fuck you and grope you in my car. She says, dang, for real? And then the decoy says, so I kinda lied though, I'm actually 14, but we'll be 15 soon. Sorry, I thought you would be mad at me. He says, all good. She says, promise you're not mad. He says, nope. She says, okay, good. You gonna bring condoms? He says, absolutely. Then she asks what kind of car he has. He says, blue sedan. She says, so is there gonna be enough room? He says, absolutely. He says, if not, easy enough to f your face and finger f you. And then they talk about where to meet and they establish where to meet. We eventually get there. So he thinks that she is at the store. He eventually says, just parked. She says, okay, you coming in? It's cold. He says, don't want to get in my warm car. So he's trying to get her just to go outside. And as we sit there, we see him park. And he decides to be a typical predator. And he decides to sit in his car for a minute. He does not text her back. He's not texting her. He's not saying anything to her. He's just sitting there. And now he has moved from the parking spot to the side of the store. She went live. I saw it.
He's parking way over there. What a creep. Text me for what's freezing. Maybe someone can go in and tell her it's freezing.
And then he eventually drives off. He takes off. We're like, oh, well, he's leaving. But we see him drive off. We see him pull into the neighborhood.
He drove all the way here. So.
And then he comes right back. Pulls in, parks.
Oh, God. There he is. Can you get that plate broken? Oh, dude, yeah, we did
Sits a little longer, then he finally gets in and we finally confront him. Weirdo, bro. Like, just sitting in the park not saying nothing.
Park in the front and then go park to the side, then go into the neighborhood and come back and park and watch.
He, while confronting him, he kind of admits to it. I mean, he admits that it was him. He tries to lie and say, well, he doesn't really have a problem. He just got really horny. He's just really down bad. His life is in shambles. That type of spiel, you know what I'm saying? But as you saw the chat logs, this dude just wanted to have sex with this girl, and that's what his plan was. Y'all saw the chats. He wanted to have sex with this girl. That's it. But now here you can see the confrontation. If you want to see the entire chat logs and the entire confrontation, go to our locals and become a supporter. That's where we post videos of the catches, the entire chat logs, and the entire confrontation. On YouTube, well, some of the videos will post the full confrontation, but what we've been doing is a lot of them will show part of the confrontation, part of the chat logs. So if you want to see the whole thing in its entirety, go to our locals and become a supporter where you can see it there. Hey, you want to explain what you're doing, bro? Want to explain what you're doing?
What do you mean?
Why you mean a minor?
I didn't realize she was a minor. I'm sorry.
Well, do you want to have a conversation?
I'm good. I'm just gonna leave.
Oh, so I'll just get your license plate and then call the cops then? Because I just want to have a conversation, bro.
We're not here, we're not violent.
See, we can prevent getting the cops involved. I just want to have a conversation with you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to go outside and have a conversation? And bro, we're not here to fight you or nothing like that. So, but I mean, what you're here to do is not really good, is it? So let's just go out here and have a conversation, bro. We're not the police. We're not here to fight you, but you know, if you can leave when you want, but if you leave, you know, I'll just have to call the cops. So, all right. So, what's going on, bro? What are you doing?
Just problems.
Problems?
Yep.
Like what problems?
Problems at home, problems with family, just
Uh-huh.
don't want to cause any harm.
So is the problem is causing you to do this?
It's the first time actually, and it will
First.
never happen again.
I mean, yeah, it's the first time. Okay, that's fine. But so is the problems that you're having causing you to do what you're doing right here?
No, I think I'm just overly stressed and just having some problems.
Well, okay. How old is she?
I don't know actually.
Come on.
On the text, she told me she was 15.
And then I told you I'm really 14.
Right. What app were you talking to her on?
I'm sorry?
What app were you talking to her on?
Whisper.
Whisper. What's your username?
Oh God, I don't remember. I just have whatever.
Oh, it's probably just like a Whisper.
just generated.
Yeah.
Something about a turtle.
Like nature
Nature
turtle,
Something
probably.
like that, I think.
Okay.
It won't happen again.
Okay. But we're just talking, bro. So, I mean, what did you talk about?
Stuff and things.
I'm sorry?
Stuff in things.
Like.
Things that I should not have been. talking
Yeah,
about.
probably not. I mean, like what, man? Like, obviously you're going through something. Like, what did you say to her?
Just things that should
Things.
have been said.
Like what? Like, 'cause I honestly don't know.
I really don't want to repeat it. I just kind of want to cut off, and I made
Cut
a
it
mistake,
off.
and not gonna happen again.
Okay.
You're
But
not talking to any other kids online?
Nope, not that I know of.
okay.
I do apologize. It really should have never happened, and you have my word. It won't ever happen again.
Okay. That's fine, bro. But I mean, wouldn't you think, like, you see it from my standpoint, like my point of view, like if you're where I'm at and I was where you were at, you would assume that I had a problem. Like I'm meeting a 14-year-old after having a sexual conversation, you would assume that I had like an issue. Like I'm not just making a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
You would assume that?
In a way, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of where I'm at. You know?
Like I said, it's not going to happen again.
Is there a reason you want me just to get in the car instead of meeting inside? You want me to come out here?
I was nervous
Yeah.
Nervous
myself
why?
because I knew this wasn't really the best thing to do, and I was just nervous.
Right. Yeah. Because I saw
Even,
you.
like with people that are my age, I get nervous.
I get
a
that way
lot of
too. Like,
anxiety and stuff.
yeah, I'm kind of antisocial, so I get that stuff. But I noticed like you were parked over there, and then you drove off around there, and
I
you
was
went to
very
that neighborhood and came back.
Very much questioning myself.
So I told you I
Yeah.
was outside, so you circled back.
Where it was a good idea, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, what was going through your head right then? Like, were you like, yeah? Tell me what was going through your head when you were driving off and driving around. Like, I want to know what was going through your
Honestly
head.
thinking this is bullshit. I just need to head home.
Like, what do you mean this is bullshit?
Like, what is now happening?
I'm sorry.
Like, what is now happening?
Well, like it's bullshit that
Yeah.
you're doing what you're doing. Is that what you're saying?
In part.
Do you have the condoms on you currently?
No.
Are they in your vehicle?
No.
No. We just talk.
Yep. That's all.
So you weren't really gonna have.
No. No.
So-
I have medical issues when it comes to that as well. So
With what?
fertility and things like
Oh.
that. So
Yeah, but you
Oh,
also
okay.
said to f your face and finger f you. I mean, that doesn't require a dick, does
right.
it?
And like I said, this is never gonna happen again.
Okay. Can I ask why would you? So if you weren't really gonna do that, why did you even say it?
I don't know, honestly.
You don't know.
I shouldn't have, obviously.
There has to be a reason. Like, were you horny?
A little
At the
bit.
time, you were just horny, and
A little bit, yeah.
yeah. So at the time, you probably meant it, but now you're.
Yeah.
So at the time when you said it, you meant it, but now you're not. Now. So what was the plan then after you met her?
Honestly, just talk, have a friendly conversation.
Yeah.
Probably
Because
if I need
I-
a puppy dog toy in there.
I try to be a nice person,
Yeah.
at least.
I really wanted it. You kind of interrupted that.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, I really
Oh,
wanted that
sorry.
puppy. It's
Excuse
fine,
me.
though.
Excuse. There's a puppy in there.
The little puppy
Little
I was carrying that I was, going
Oh, I
to the
didn't.
checkout with him with.
I didn't
you know,
even see
and
it.
It's
My
fine. He was
bad.
about to buy it for me. I was excited. He made me wait here for half an hour.
My bad.
Even the employee was like, "Oh yeah, you finally showed up," to the guy, to him, because I've been in there for so long.
Yeah, this will never happen again.
Okay, I hope not, bro. I mean, I hope not, but man. So you've never talked to another minor before?
Nope.
Not even like for a little bit?
Not that I know of, no.
Not talking about squeezing their
What's your name?
titties.
No.
What's your name?
I go by Rem.
Rem?
Rem.
R-E-M? Rem? Okay.
Yep.
What's your actual name?
That's what I go by.
Okay.
So what if I were to say that I know that you have talked to other minors for just, it wasn't very long, but you did interact with a couple on Whisper?
It's not what I know of.
No?
At least.
Do you have your phone? Do you mind if I see your Whisper?
Honestly,
You
would
don't want
rather
to show me?
not.
You don't
Why
have
not?
to.
Probably because there is more.
Probably.
Yeah.
That I not know of.
Well, that you
Because
know. Well, they told you they told you their age.
If you didn't know, then you would show us. But it sounds like
yeah,
you do
I was
know.
never really interested in doing actual physical things.
Well, I mean, if you just talk,
talk,
look,
yeah.
if you just talk to them, man, you just talk to them. You didn't try to meet them or anything, and right. So but I'm just asking, like, you came across a couple other minors on Whisper, yeah,
Unfortunately.
right,
But
and they were like, how
I don't
14.
remember.
13, 14.
I don't remember.
one of
honestly.
them was 13.
I don't remember. I don't recall.
You don't remember?
I don't recall.
All right, so I'm assuming one of them was 13, the other one was, I don't know, between 13 and 15, right? At least two of them. And you didn't say anything inappropriate to them?
I don't recall.
All right,
I don't remember.
you don't remember?
No.
Seem to be a boob man.
I have really bad memory.
Right, you're probably just messaging a lot of people on there.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna let you know you did. You said you wanted to squeeze their tits to both of them.
Like I said,
All three of them.
I will never do anything like this again.
Oh, okay. I hear you, bro. I hear you. But I'm talking about what hapappened. Okay.
And I apologize
Okay.
sincerely.
Okay. So, but man, do you understand like how the seriousness of what you're actually doing? Like, I know you're saying you won't do it again. Maybe you're telling the truth,
I
but
do understand, yes.
But it's like, if we weren't here, you'd be hanging out with a real 14-year-old.
I'd be at least talking, having a conversation.
But do you think it's right to even? You're how old?
I'm 27.
27.
You just wanted me to hop in the car to warm up.
I mean, it is cold.
Okay.
It is cold, you're right, but we have to go inside.
Yeah. So, do you think? I mean, a 27-year-old. Do you think that's even appropriate to even like meet up with a 14-year-old that you met online? No,
it's not. I shouldn't have.
Right. Do you have kids?
I do not.
No. Okay.
I can't have any.
Oh, you can't have any?
Nope.
Okay.
Then why'd you need condoms?
I just agreed.
You just what?
I just agreed.
I asked if he was
What do you
bringing
mean?
condoms, and he said,
Oh, you
absolutely.
just agreed with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
When was that? How long ago was that?
Maybe an hour or two ago, if that. We haven't been talking too long.
So that's not very long. Cause like before, when I said like, so before you were horny and you said that, but now you changed your mind. You changed your mind later. That was only an hour ago. Mm-hmm. So like you changed your mind within an hour.
It does happen.
Huh?
It does happen.
It does happen, but I mean, when we're talking about something like this, it's kind of hard to believe. Like,
can I ask what you meant when you said you'd grope me in the car?
Again, just big talk.
Big talk. I could easily you and grope you in my car.
Big talk.
Big talk.
I really never meant anything.
Oh, you said it though, man.
I did say it, but I really never.
It was just
anything.
an hour ago. You told me you want to my face and finger me.
Again, I.
You know, like you know, admitting it that you would have, and not, it doesn't like change anything. Like,
I know.
Like you know that's like illegal to say that, even if you didn't show. You know that, right?
Yes, and it won't happen again.
Oh, okay. You don't have to keep saying that. I hear you. You won't do it again. Like, but you understand how many guys do this type of thing, and
I do.
They say, I won't do it again, but then they turn around and do it again.
I do.
Because if you have an urge, you might be serious right now. You might mean it that you're not going to ever do it again. You might actually mean it, but later on you're gonna have the urge again. And what if you come across another minor?
Not gonna happen. I'm not gonna talk to anymore.
Huh?
I'm not gonna talk to anymore.
Right.
How are you going to remember not to talk to him anymore because you have a bad memory? And you couldn't remember yesterday, so how are you going to remember not to do it again? You know what I'm saying? You got a bad memory.
I'm gonna do my best.
Right?
I'm gonna do my
So don't you
best.
think we should put an action plan together to get you some help? You seem like you say you didn't want to do nothing, you didn't want to hurt the child, so we should set up an action plan so you don't forget, right? There should be some kind of steps to prevent this, right?
I can find a therapist. Yes.
Do you think that would be best?
Yeah.
Have you ever talked to a therapist before?
Not in 10 years. I can't afford.
Yeah,
it's expensive.
There's a lot of stuff online now. And we have resource cards that has that kind of information. If that's something you're interested in, you know, you don't think you need help, that's fine. But I mean, we definitely have some resources. I feel like you really want to, like, you fucked up, you know, you did some internet bullshit and you just want to, you know,
Get past it.
Exactly.
I do.
So I think we could put up some steps. I mean, if you're willing, you know.
As long as there's no like legal action or anything like that, yeah, I'm fine with that.
So wait.
I don't want the cops
So wait.
called. I just
Okay.
want
So
this fixed.
right after you. So I'm not saying we're calling the cops, but I'm just wondering if we did call the cops, you wouldn't get help.
I would, yes.
Well, you said as long as cops don't get
I
involved.
just don't want the additional drama. I am very willing to go to and fix and everything like that. I just
right. And you also know how many times like I've heard that before. Like
fair.
It's hard to believe. I mean, honestly, like I've never seen a guy. I mean, I know it happens, but I've never seen like a guy doing what you're doing personally, do this, get caught, and then go get help. I haven't seen it.
It does
So
happen.
It does happen.
it does. Yeah, it does happen. I'm just saying it's hard for me to believe because I've never seen it personally.
Fair.
You know.
I'd like to change your mind on that then.
You would?
Yeah, I'd like to change.
I mean,
your mind
do
on
you
that.
need help?
Um,
And we're talking about like help with like children, like minors, not like anything else. We're talking about
How long have you been
minors.
attracted to younger girls?
honestly, I don't think even more than a week.
Not even more than a week.
A
No,
week.
it really
It just started like a week ago.
kind of, yeah.
So what
I've
happened?
been-
What happened
So
that week?
what happened? Did you see like a 13-year-old walking around? You're like, you know what?
I
Squeeze
worked,
those tits.
I worked with a few and didn't know their age and had flirted with them a little bit, but I didn't know their
Probably
age
like
at the time.
14-ish, 15.
16-year-old.
16.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Where you work?
I don't work at the moment. I just got fired.
Why'd you get
So
fired?
you are going through it. You
Yeah.
know, some tough times, man.
Why'd you get fired? If you don't mind me asking.
Write-ups over just the past like 3 years.
Yeah.
Man, you worked there for 3 years?
Yeah.
That's a bitch.
Who do you live with? Is it just you, or yeah? I'm assuming some kind of animal. You got lots of fur.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of pets.
Yeah. What do you got?
German Shepherd is one of them.
Is that
Yeah, I
it?
got.
A bunch of other small dogs and things like that. Cats.
Yeah.
You live by yourself?
Yeah.
With all the animals.
Okay. Man, dude, that's. So, I mean, what are you actually going to do to, like, prevent yourself from doing this?
So I already have a therapist appointment set up for like normal bullshit kind of stuff, depression, anxiety, things like that. That is
Yeah.
something I definitely will bring up at that first.
You'll bring this up?
Yes, at the first appointment. Be like, hey, I fucked up majorly, and I really need help for it.
Right. So, wait, so I don't think we got an answer. What happened?
Yeah.
What made you start to be like, it was you working with the minors. And then you found out their age.
Mm-hmm. And I
then,
was like,
no, but then you said it was a problem. You said, like, we asked, like, when did you start liking, she asked, when did you start liking younger, like, minors. And you said about a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then I realized their ages, and I was like, oh. And I just kind of
They're
got,
still pretty attractive still.
I kind of got down bad today and made a mistake.
Right.
And not gonna happen ever again.
Right. I mean, what about the other two though? Like, if the other two kept talking, I'm not really sure exactly how the conversation went, but what if they kept talking and they wanted to meet you? Would you have met them too?
Honestly, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I really don't.
So you met her, why?
I just, like I said, I was down bad and just kind of made a mistake.
Down bad, as in.
Just
Horny.
being a male.
So
In
what?
the past couple hours.
so what-
been
yeah.
Real horny.
So what was the point of walking inside and meeting her?
As driving here, I realized this was a mistake, and I was just going to be innocent, have a conversation.
Well, couldn't you just?
Drove off for a second, then you came on right back when I came outside.
Right.
Yeah, because I realized, hey, this probably isn't even just a good look at all.
Just leaving wouldn't have been the good choice to leave a kid in the cold.
Yeah. I had it happen to my younger sister from my stepdad when I was younger, and I don't want that to happen to anyone else.
What happened?
Just trauma in general.
Towards your stepsister
Mm-hmm.
from your dad.
And I've had it as well, yeah.
So you've gone through this before as a child.
No, it was mainly physical abuse, getting hit and things like that. Just bullshit I gotta work through.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. It's kind of like repeating the cycle, abusing kids, dude. Like,
I can understand that.
well, I mean, am I wrong? Am I right?
I don't want to be like that, honestly. And today was a mistake.
So, I mean, yeah, but man, like, so it seems like you seriously have a problem because you know it's wrong. You contemplated it on the way here, right? You parked over there, and you yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. You parked over here, then you drove around there, then you came. Well, okay, wait. So you parked there, pretty much where you parked now.
Mm-hmm.
Then you parked on the side of the building, sat there for like
5
minutes.
He asked me to meet on the side of the building.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, you were trying to get her to come out. And then you drove away.
Mm-hmm.
Came back. Parked there. So you had all the time, you were thinking about it. You're trying to get her to come out, but it didn't. From what I'm seeing, like the conversation, it doesn't seem like you're really like not trying to do it. From what I'm viewing,
Fair.
it seems like you're trying to meet up with this 14-year-old that you plan on having sex with, and you're scared to go inside, so you're trying to get her to come outside. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't seem like you're really like, we should not be doing this.
As I was getting here and parking and everything, I realized, oh, this is not great, and I just wanted to exit that as soon as possible.
Until you saw the child outside.
Well, if you wanted to exit it, why didn't you just drive away, dude?
I saw someone in the cold. I saw what I presumed a kid to be in the cold. But like I said, this is never gonna happen again. If we can just drop this, I would like to.
Has this happened to you before?
It has not.
Been an incident like this before?
It is not. But I would just like drop this. I'm getting the help that I need.
So say you said you talked to a therapist, but
10 years ago.
Yeah, but you said you're having an appointment set up, correct? What's
Yes.
that appointment set up for?
I think. Oh God, I don't even know today's date.
Today's the 9th.
9th.
March,
I think
yeah.
it's the 16th.
Okay, so if you started having these feelings a week ago, then why didn't you get this appointment set up sooner, or talk to like an emergency counselor of some sort, where you're like, I'm having these horrible thoughts, I shouldn't be having these.
I don't know the
I need
number
help.
for an
So
emergency
there's
counselor.
Google, you have the
True.
internet.
That's
I'm
true.
sure there's plenty of resources there.
But also with the therapist I'm setting up with, that was the quickest appointment they had.
That's fine, but why didn't you find something sooner? If it was this bad to the point where you're asking little girls to squeeze their titties, finger broke them in your vehicle, have a little girl come to your car, get warm.
I should have, yes.
Why didn't you contact them?
I should have. And I didn't.
Well, she asked him why. You just didn't. You just like.
didn't think about
You
it.
didn't have a reason.
Didn't think about it.
This is your one chance before you had to start getting help. Might as well take it now while you can.
It's not what I was thinking. I just didn't even think about Google or anything like that,
Didn't think about Google, but you thought about Whisper, which is an online
which
app.
I've had for a while.
That's fine, but Google wasn't sold on everything, so
Fair. Like I said, just not gonna happen again.
Yeah. How long have you been on Whisper?
On and off for the past 6 years, I think, something like that.
Right. Have you ever met up with anyone from there?
Someone that I had dated for a while, and they were overage.
Yeah.
how old is overage?
Oh God, I think they're actually older than me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you guys are willing to drop this, I will as well. This will
I mean,
never.
we're
Hey,
trying to have
it's-
this conversation with you right now to find out what we can do
You
to
see-
either help you or
Hey, you see, there's no
right. Like,
cops here, right?
we're not cops. We said you're free to go at any point. We're
Like,
not
we're-
gonna
we
hurt
are-
you.
Drop it?
Trying to
What do you-
help
What do you
people.
mean by that?
What'd you say?
When you say drop it, like you want us to drop, what do you mean by that?
I just want to finish this conversation, realize that, because I realized I made a mistake. It's never going to happen again. Kind of get out of you guys' hair, everything like that. So you guys can return home and.
You're not in our hair. We want to help you and get you the resources that you need.
Fair.
Because this isn't an inconvenience to us. This is us trying to help children and
Fair.
want to know how we can help you to stay away from children.
Fair.
Yeah, because we don't have to come out and talk to you, right? So, you saw your stuff.
I find the terminology to be disgusting and disturbing because you yourself just said that you were a victim of childhood abuse. When you told your story, did you want someone to believe you or just give them another chance? That mentality is sickening. You don't deserve another chance.
Yeah, this person that abused you,
You
what
do
if we were
not.
just like, well, we're going to just drop it?
I understand that. My mom did that with my stepdad for years.
Fucking survivor stories.
How'd you feel about that?
For a long time, it took a long time for me to really process the trauma. And it was until I was in the hospital nearly dying that it really stuck with me.
What happened?
I got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
Oh, he's saying.
I went to DKA for about 5 days.
That sucks.
So
How's
I
your blood
just-
sugar right now?
Right now, I'm messing with insurance, so I don't got one. I haven't had one for.
You haven't had diabetes?
I haven't had Dexcom, meaning, or anything like that, for about a year.
So how you're monitoring your blood sugar?
I'm not. I'm being pretty bad about it.
Yeah.
I've got that set up as well. I think that's on the 4th of April, I think.
But you don't have insurance, so how you?
I've got Illinois State Insurance, but with the job that I had, it kind of fucked that up.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to what that job was because you said that you worked with these children. I mean, obviously you don't work there anymore. So what did you do?
I was a host at a restaurant.
And they were, how old were they?
16.
16-year-olds that you
Thought
looked at,
were
found attractive. So I had a conversation with yourself, said it was disgusting.
but also thought that they were older than that.
What's the age of consent here in Missouri?
I don't know, honestly.
It's actually 17.
What's in Illinois?
I think it's 17 as well.
17 in Illinois,
for
because
sure.
that's where you live, right?
I think now I actually live over here.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah. I just have permanent Illinois insurance because of how many chronic problems I got.
Yeah, I understand. Me too.
They let
No.
you keep the insurance even though you don't live in the state
Mhm.
of Illinois?
Yep.
That's
That's crazy. That's nice.
Yeah,
So
it's-
nice. Illinois is nice.
I was told that because of all the chronic medical problems I have, that it's just permanent, basically. As long as I kind of keep up with them.
Keep going to your appointments and things like that.
Yep.
So you just want us to drop it. You keep saying just drop it. So okay, so some of the things for us to just drop it, we need to just talk about, right? So starting from the beginning, you already said you were here to meet a how old?
14-year-old.
14-year-old.
Something I shouldn't
And the
have done.
plan was what?
In the
I would like you to use the exact verbiage you told this 14-year-old child. Because if you have the balls to text that to a 14-year-old child, you have the balls to say that to a grown woman right now. So I want you to tell me, in your own words, what you wanted to do with this 14-year-old child.
in the text messages, I said that I wanted to her face, grab her face, things like that. And
Thank you for being honest.
So when you're talking to like an older woman of age, is that the same thing? You're like, I want to your face, I want to finger you, or the fuck
there are
you
times,
say?
yes.
You say those type of things?
There are times, yes.
Yeah, because I mean that's pretty graphic, I would say, to talk to a 14-year-old. I mean, you said you're just wanting to talk to her. You could have just said, "Hey, let's hang out and talk. Let's go watch a movie. Let's go bowling. Let's take a walk. Let's take a drive." But instead, you said, "I want to face you. You want to face a 14-year-old."
I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need you to understand, but that's what you said, right?
And so you said there are times you talk like that to like grown women. Do you like normal like on the apps and stuff?
Occasionally, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually it's like someone on there is a male. You don't really get much interaction.
Yeah.
Right, for sure. But like, do you like get that graphic with them? Like
Occasionally, yes.
you just like as soon as you message them, you're just like, I want to fuck your face.
Picture.
That is,
It
yes.
is you with your 3 fingers up.
So,
That's the
like-
same picture.
So when you message like these adult women, you're just like, hey, you just message them. You're like, I want to fuck your face. Like,
Occasionally, when
Yeah.
I'm in that headspace.
yeah, probably should stop doing that. Just a tip from a guy. That shit don't work, bro. Has that ever worked for you?
Once or twice.
Once or twice?
Yep.
Okay.
Tell me a little more. Sure. What is that?
It is just a random character from Hot Topic. I don't even think it's an actual character. I think it's just a design.
You told me what anime it was from in there.
Oh no,
What you said.
the one that I've been recently watching is what it was.
Gotcha.
Watch a lot of anime stuff.
You into like the anime or anything? Where they can have different ages and
Not really.
What is it called?
Like, what would you say?
What is it called? Lollipop?
lolly or something.
Oh God.
What is it called?
I know what it is, but oh God, no.
The lolly or
What?
good times
That's
or
like
anything.
someone that's 8 years old.
What?
Presents that way. Just no.
So where's your cutoff if 8-year-old is too young? What's the cutoff?
I should have stayed at 18.
Well, I'm asking, what is your cutoff? If 8's too young, but at least 13 was fine. Is 13 the cutoff, or where's our cutoff at?
I don't know the best way to answer that because I don't even know.
Okay, so if you message a girl and she was like, I'm 8 years old, would you have said that? What about 9, 10, 11, 12, 13?
I shouldn't have.
I knew he was going to say that. I was waiting, like, what's he going to say at 13?
I shouldn't
I
have.
shouldn't have.
So I originally told you I was 15. I was like, oh, sorry, I lied. I'm 14. You're like, no big deal. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I shouldn't have. I really should have kept my wits about me and not been a complete dumbass.
But you did it though.
I did, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I am gonna own up to
a
that.
person
I
that
did
like
make
just
a
like
mistake.
kidnapped somebody and mutilated their body. And they're like, why'd you do it? Like, oh, I shouldn't have done it. Like, you're gonna forgive that person?
I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
It's all about forgiveness when it's beneficial for him.
That's why I wanted to drop it.
He just wants to drop it, darling.
Yeah. And,
Mistake.
yeah. Please, dude. That whole shit you driving around the parking lot, dude. That was not a good look, man.
I understand.
It looked like, because pretty much you're pretty much like a predator right now, and what you just did was like exactly that. What a predator would do, like
You're just buying me a
stalk
toy
their
in there.
prey. You're circling the parking lot. It's kind of creepy. Wouldn't you say that? That's kind of. Did you feel creepy doing it?
I did, yes.
You're like, this is creepy what I'm
Yeah.
doing, but
You're buying a
you just
toy
couldn't
for
stop.
a 14-year-old child.
But I think you,
Sorry, go ahead. No, you're fine.
I think you already said it, but you left and you drove around the back there. What was you thinking? You were I shouldn't do this. I should turn around, and then, but you turned around and then you turned into the parking lot.
Well, he asked me to meet him over there on the side of the building instead of.
You see how I know you parked over there. You see how fucking dark it is over there, buddy.
That's scary.
You want a little girl to walk over and just jump in your fucking car?
No, I shouldn't.
Don't tell me no, because that's what you just fucking did.
I
I'd rather you
understand.
just be like, yeah.
Yeah,
Even when I was up here, you said you want to just hop in my car. It's warm in here.
I understand.
That's wild. So for this just to be your first time, you're so quick. I mean, we've met several individuals that are like-minded like you, and for an individual to be this quick and to use that verbiage that you use, I know you've talked to other kids online. I'd rather you just be honest about it. Instead of the not that I'm aware of. You know when people say not that I'm aware of, it's saving their own ass for lying. You know that.
Give me the exact age of a lonely room. Come on now.
Other than the ones that
We're not here to judge you. I will judge you if you lie to me.
It's gonna go a
Fair.
lot further,
You know what I
okay?
mean? Yeah, I have more respect for someone that can look me in the face and tell me the fucking truth.
fair. Other than the ones you guys were talking about, I don't think there
That
was.
was it.
Yeah.
What apps do you have on your phone to communicate with people other than Whisper?
I've got POF.
Plenty of fish?
Yep.
Okay, anything else?
I think that's it.
Yeah,
Kick.
Telegram, Kick, Facebook.
Nope.
Don't have any of those?
My Facebook actually got hacked.
Really?
Yeah, years ago, and I just didn't care.
How did you have?
Someone over in Saudi Arabia is what I was told.
Wow. You just never made a new Facebook account?
Nope, just didn't bother.
Someone just hacked it. Who told you that it was Saudi Arabia?
The email that I got.
From Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Sure it was
And
from
I just-
Facebook?
And I just didn't care anymore.
And what's your real name?
My name is Rem.
What's not your real name? It's just what you go by.
That's what you're...
It's okay, bro. Like,
What's your
I mean, you
name
just don't
given
go
to
by
you
it,
at
or you just
birth?
do you just not go by your real name, or you just don't want to tell us your
I
real
just
name?
do not go by it.
You just hate it?
don't you?
I do.
Is it like your father's name or something?
It is.
I get it, bro. People have breaking relationships. I'd like to know if it's safe for mine, so I know you won't do it again. You know? So what is it?
It's Austin.
Thank you.
Thank you for telling the truth.
Thank you. Fucking awesome. Why
Let's-
Rem though?
What's
What's that mean? Does that like mean something?
It's a shortening for remedy,
Okay.
and I'm working on transitioning to female, and I want to be a doctor,
Okay.
specifically for neurosurgery, and it just kind of fit.
Can
You
you
said-
work on neurosurgery with your forgetfulness?
I can, yeah.
Yeah, really?
Well, we all know that was just a lie. You were just saying that. You remembered you talked to those little kids yesterday. You were just trying to
Yeah.
save your ass. And we've already got through it, so we're not going to go back into it. But, so you do have a good memory. You remembered it.
Yeah.
There are spots that I don't, but that was when I was in the hospital. You know,
That makes sense for
blood
5
sugar,
days, you know.
blood sugar 900.
Yeah. That makes sense. Those 5 days, and that you said it happened a while ago, right?
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah, they put a neck IV in and everything, and I don't remember it.
I mean that makes sense. You're in the hospital. You couldn't really, talk to anybody if you're on bed rest. Can't talk to anyone for 5 days. Talking about the days after that, the years after that.
So your reason tonight was you were sad, lonely, had a moment of weakness.
Just in a bad spot.
Was you thinking that last night too?
A little bit. It's been rough.
And then when you were working at your job and you're hitting all those little girls, was you thinking about that then? Was you having a rough spot then?
A little
or you
bit.
just found them attractive?
No, I had a rough
I mean,
spot.
you clearly found them attractive, you went and hit on them.
I just, at that point, did have a rough spot as well. One of my dogs
I
died.
mean, it's hard to, come on now. You knew those girls were underage. There's
Actually
no
didn't.
way you're working at a restaurant. You know they clearly hire younger kids at a restaurant. We all know that they work as a host. You said you were a host.
Mhm.
The hosts are always the youngest ones in the restaurant. If you're in a restaurant world, you know that. You worked there 3 years. You know that. You know those little girls were younger. You knew they were talking about high school. Come on, you think you're gonna bullshit me? You knew they were young. You're attracted to them. You know, that's what we're dealing with. You're attracted to younger females, sir. That's what you came here to do tonight.
You're giving yourself a lot of
That's the
sympathy.
honesty.
So, do you say you do want, like, if we have cards, you'll take?
That would be
I wanna-
wonderful,
Go get me
actually.
the car.
I'm gonna go to the card.
Yeah.
And I'll see. You can have one of them.
Yeah, we have
I
some in
want
the
to see if I
bag.
can find it.
We have a couple of the resource cards in the
Do you
bag.
want one?
Yes, I truly apologize for this. It really should not have happened, and I'm going to follow up with that resources you guys are going to give me so that I can get the help that I need.
Yeah, because you definitely need to talk to somebody. This is dangerous. I mean, to be honest, we just saved your life here. You would have raped a kid tonight, sir. You'd be known as a child molester, sir, if you would have went through with
In the
it.
back of your car. So there's plenty of room in there. I don't know
I mean,
if there was.
that's the lowest of the low, right? That's what you were coming to do. You know, it's full-on rape, right? Mess around with a kid. That's deep.
You're allowed to take them.
That's why
Take
when
them in
you're
if you
when
need
you're
it.
saying like I just want them to drop it, and I hear that in my head, knowing that you came to rape a child, it really it hurts here as a parent. It fucking hurts to hear somebody that just came out to victimize a child go, just drop it, because that's what predators do. That's exactly what a predator wants you to do. Is
Understood.
drop it.
Understood.
Do you consider yourself a predator?
I do not. I want to get the help that I need so that I don't ever think that again.
So has it really only been a week that you've been attracted? Has it?
Yeah.
When'd you get fired from your job?
Oh God, a couple days ago.
You just go crazy.
Well, this is the moment of truth. This is the best way for you to show us your honesty. Is let us see your messages.
We don't care if there's anything of you on there inappropriate. It's just want to know.
And then
who
we
you're
can
talking to. If you're
we
being
can go
honest.
through, and you can do whatever you want. I'm sorry, what's your Rim? You don't have to do that, but I think that's the best way to show me if you're truth or not. I mean, that's black and white. Look,
Yep,
he's not
that's
talking to
Yeah.
any other kids,
The
right?
best that I
Prove
know,
it,
yes.
The best you know.
Best I know.
Well, you said that about yesterday, but you were well aware that these kids are
Fair.
underage, right?
Fair.
So when you say the best of, I mean,
Fair.
do you go to college?
I do not.
Do you-
I don't have the money to.
Did you graduate high school?
I did.
How old are you?
I am 27.
27, okay. So you graduated high school. You want to go back to college though, right?
Be a doctor.
To be a doctor.
I do.
neurosurgeon.
Are you living at home by yourself? You live with your parents?
I do live by
You
myself.
live by yourself? Are your
What's your
parents around?
They are not. Unfortunately, live a couple hours away in Illinois.
Do you have people like a grandma, an aunt, uncle that live around you? You have any family around you?
Any friends?
I've got a couple friends about 45 minutes away from here.
Okay.
I play video games with them and, Magic, Gathering, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Can you like confide in them about some of this stuff?
Yeah.
Are
'Cause
they
I-
interested in this type of thing too?
No. No.
What do you think they would say?
Honestly, I think they would hate me for a little bit, and then if they didn't, try to get me the help that I needed, because the one best friend that I have, when I came back from a really bad relationship, he was the one who helped me years ago.
So, when you say get the help that you need, you're talking about going to a therapist? So, you believe that therapy, talking it out with somebody, will help you? How is it going to help you if you're not going to be honest?
I'm going to be as honest
You know
as
what I mean? Because there's no way, sir. Like I said, I've talked to hundreds of like-minded individuals. How quickly you acted and the verbiage you used, that tells me a lot of things, okay? I'd rather you just tell me it and be truthful with me, because you're never going to get help by lying. I mean, that's common sense. How are you gonna grow if you're lying about shit, right?
Yeah.
So when does it happen the first time
What do you mean?
that you've come across a young individual on Whisper?
Oh, gosh.
It's a lot on there, right?
There are.
There's a ton of
unfortunately.
kids. I mean, it's a 15 over app anyways, so you can be a child on there. So how many would you say? 10, 15, 20?
Probably around like 10 that
10?
I've actually known about.
And how early was this? You said you've been on Whisper 6 years? So 6 years ago, there was children, you're coming across them.
Yeah,
And so
I
what'd
was
you do in the
living-
past?
I was living in Florida at the time and realized how young they were. And I was like, nope, don't want to do this.
And what'd you do?
Blocked them.
Blocked
dropped it.
them? Okay. And then, so the kids you were talking to yesterday, did you block them?
God, I don't think so. Not yet.
Didn't? Not yet?
Not
When
yet.
was what was your plan to do that?
That was going to be today.
Today?
Yeah.
When was that? Before or after you meet her?
Before.
Before you were gonna go?
Yeah,
And
I
why?
just had-
Why? You don't want to talk to them no more?
Partly that. Partly I really realized kind of how bullshit it was.
Okay.
To be talking to someone like that.
Okay.
I just hadn't been cleaning my house all day. I just didn't go around it. I didn't even have my phone on me. It was a day yesterday.
Yeah. So
this is what I hope you understand. Let me see if you understand this. Do you believe that there's any kind of effect that you would have on a child by talking this way to them?
I do, yes.
Do you understand what could go through? You might not meet them, but now you've made them think it's okay to talk with that older person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the next guy might meet him and murder him. I mean, you're opening up a gateway for these children to do some wild things, don't you think? You know, and I feel like we're being very nice. We could stop every person that comes by here and say, look, this motherfucker did this. But we're not. You know, we want you to talk about it, okay? So I need you to be honest in these conversations, okay? So is there anything that you want to tell us before she finds it on the phone?
Not to my recollection, no.
Is there's any images, anything you're searching
Other
that
than-
might be like, oh, especially with the chat logs today?
Not that I can think of, no.
Nothing you can think of? All right, and I hope you're telling the truth then. I guess we'll find out. We'll see what she finds. Came here to meet a 14-year-old girl. What did you say to her when she said her age?
I had said that.
What was your response?
I had said, yeah, that's fine, which I shouldn't have.
That's fine? You didn't even try the old, you're too young, get off this app and send me a picture. You just said that's fine.
Yeah, which I shouldn't have.
Why in that moment, what was you thinking?
I honestly don't know.
You don't know?
Was not in the greatest headspace for this at all. And really should not even have responded.
I mean, you've been talking for how long? Hours?
Mm-hmm.
So you had plenty of time to think about it. Said you were cleaning your apartment, so you could have blocked her, right? So what do you think should go from here? What do you think would be the best outcome for this situation right now?
Honestly, getting those resources you guys were talking about, setting that up, getting everything fixed so that I can improve and hopefully never, ever, ever cause harm to anyone like that ever again.
Because my thing is, it's not only bad that you came out here, but you're just messaging these kids just sexual things because you're just like, I'll fucking block them, whatever. No sweat off my back. And how old was the one? 11? 12? How old was the other kids?
Oh gosh, I don't remember off the top of my head.
You don't remember any of the ages?
I don't.
It was yesterday.
I do, yes. I think
So
it was
how old was
I
it?
think it was like 13.
13, okay.
15, I think.
So 13.
Mm-hmm. Would be that lowest.
Okay. And you said you wanted to squeeze her titties.
Something I should not have said yes.
What would even give you that inkling to even do that?
I don't know. That's why I believe
Don't
that
know.
the therapy would help.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I can figure out
what
why.
do you think they're gonna say to that? They're probably gonna say, "Well, you're attracted to kids, sir." In my personal opinion, that's what I think they would say.
I told you I was 15, almost 16. You said, okay, cool.
I understand that, yeah.
So
Even after I lowered the age, that's when you said you wanted to f your face and finger you. So even after I told you I was even younger than 15.
that
14.
intrigue you more then?
I'm sorry?
Did that intrigue you more when she went younger?
Not really, no.
I mean, it seemed like you turned up the heat after you knew the age.
What's your little character you got on you?
Oh, it's just a little cat.
Oh, it's
I
so
got
cute.
Mickey's.
I still really want that puppy.
That was a Pokemon.
No, it kind of looked like Bulbasaur.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pokemon. You play Pokemon?
I have not for years.
No Pokemon Go?
No.
Dang.
Well, I do actually, but I haven't actually
Played
gotten
it?
into it.
Yeah.
There's a Monster Hunter version that I play.
Really?
I'm hoping they come out with plushes for the new Pal World game that just came out. 'Cause that's a fun game.
I don't think I've heard of that
I
game.
don't know what that is.
What is it?
Pokemon Guns, basically.
Oh, okay.
That's
Same
interesting.
characters, or it's like a
No,
different
they're all
storyline?
different.
Pikachu?
There's one that's similar, but distinct enough.
Yeah. So it sounds like a rip-off of Pokemon?
That's what Pokemon's trying to say.
What is?
Pal World.
Pokemon.
How world?
Pal World.
How world?
Yep. P-A-L-W-O-R.
Oh, Pal World.
Like pal, like buddy pal?
Yeah.
Heard of it.
Or prowl.
PAL. P-A-L.
I think it's a prowl. With guns? No, it just came out.
Did you ever get into
so-
like Digimon or anything like
It
that?
just came out.
Not years and
Well,
years
yeah,
ago.
like back in the day.
As a kid.
Yeah, Digimon, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, I never really
No.
got into Yu-Gi-Oh.
Man.
I don't know what that is.
Excuse you, I love my
honestly hate
Yu-Gi-Oh
Yu-Gi-Oh.
cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh
It's
is
too
whack.
stupid.
You're whack, bro. But what do you do in Magic? Like, what character are you?
Oh god, it's a card game, so there's
Are you characters? I don't know how Magic
no,
works.
not really. It's just a card game. You use resources to play things, things like
Yeah.
that.
Is this like a
Someone
bad
robbed
part?
the
Yeah, I was
store or
gonna say, is this a
something?
bad
Like,
part of
shit.
town?
You guys didn't call.
You,
Is this a bad
Signals.
part of?
You guys didn't call.
I was gonna say.
Is it a bad part of town?
I have
here?
no idea. I've never been over here.
I was gonna say it doesn't seem that bad,
Right,
but
maybe.
I've never been over here.
Going in a circle.
You guys did not call or anything, right?
Have you seen us?
I know. I just being cordial and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
so Digio's not a good one.
I'm sorry.
Digio, is that what it's
Yu-Gi-Oh.
called?
Digimon. Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, see, I was getting them together. I was
Yu-Gi-Oh.
merging them.
do you like fried pickles?
I do not.
That's depressing. You like Clausen pickles?
I don't know what those are actually.
That's so sad.
You don't like pickles?
Not really.
That's,
Mm. Yeah, he doesn't like
he
it.
doesn't like them either. We had a
He don't like the smell
jar of
of
them
them.
earlier. Yeah.
Anxiety's going through the roof.
Mine too.
I don't feel good.
Maybe you should sit down.
Okay, you need to sit down. Are you gonna pass out?
I don't know honestly at the moment.
Maybe you should sit. You should sit down.
He's swerving a little bit, saying he might pass out.
Maybe you should sit down, sir. If you think
He
you're gonna
thinks
pass
he might
down,
pass
sit
out.
down.
Pat you down. You have anything on you that I need to know about?
Keys and other
I'm
stuff.
gonna pat you down. I'm just gonna put you in cuffs for right now. Go ahead, put you in cuffs for right now.
2113, I think.
2113.
Yeah.
I talk to
Yes.
someone.
Yeah.
Someone. Okay.
Just put that in my pocket.
What's going on?
Washington's on the way. I think the probe was as well.
Feels so good.
Do you want to give that to one of them? What did he say the number was again?
We'll find it.
2113. Hey, can you help me? Take the live. Maybe you should go.
Where do you live?
In Berkeley.
Is that your car?
The blue one, yes.
You just get it?
A year ago.
Yep. paper plates on it, don't you?
It's a $2,000 tax thing because of Missouri, and I don't have $2,000 on hand extra.
Yeah. They pay that much? It's that much? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like 10% of what your car's value.
Oh,
7 should be.
That's wild.